Hey everybody, it's Susan here with Pumpkin Hill Stampers. Anybody want to guess what we're playing with today? That's right, we're playing with the Perennial Essence Designer Series paper. Isn't it darling? It's like Van Gogh in our own craft spaces. So I just wanted to say I love all of these prints, and you have to look at the back side too, because we've got the front side, well, I'll consider it the front side, with these beautiful flowers, but then these back colors, they're just so vibrant and beautiful. Think of all the wonderful backgrounds you can create in your cards with all of these papers. So this is definitely probably one of those papers I'm going to be very sad to see go at the end of the catalog. I will have to be stocking up on it as I go through. And here, look at all of these coordinating colors that go with these papers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with our Whisper White. So it really covers the whole palette of our card colors and the combinations you could go with from there, and all the dreamy cards, right, or beautiful flower cards that we could be creating with these. So I have to say it's probably by far the most beautiful paper I've seen, but there are a lot of other beautiful papers in the catalog too. Magnolia I love, and the Bird Sweet I love, so I'm not going to say it's the only beautiful paper in the book, but it is definitely one of the favorites. Here is the spread in the catalog, and as you can see, they've done a lot of framing of the papers, right, to create art, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be framing the paper on our cards. Here's a couple that I've done ahead of time. I did one in Balmy Blue, and I did one in the Blackberry Bliss. Today we're going to make one in Petal Pink. Okay, same card, but in Petal Pink. So I'm going to take you through how I created the cards, and then you'll be all set to do them yourselves. So the kit is really pretty simple. We're going to have a card base. My card base happens to be Whisper White. We've got a piece of Petal Pink Designer Series paper, which is going to be our card front. Okay, we're going to die cut and emboss on that. Then we have a piece, just a very small 3x4 sample of one of those papers, the Designer Series papers. That's going to become our highlighted piece, and then we're just going to stamp and punch out our sentiment from the Floral Essence stamp set that comes in that bundle on that suite. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to bring the Big Shot in. Now I know the Big Shot's not in the catalog, but many of you have them, and we are anxiously awaiting the new embossing and die cutting machine. So, and I know a bunch of you have gone and gotten your Sizzix die cutting machines, so I know you have them, right? And if you don't have them and you want to be patient, you certainly can get them from us in the very near future, I hope. So we're going to start by creating our frame. So I'm just taking 2 of our rectangular stitched framelits, and I'm putting them on my Big Shot there. Now I've got it framed up, right? I'm going to cut them at the same time. I got to put my cutting plate on top, and I'm just going to run it through. Now sometimes it pops, sometimes it doesn't, so bear with me, and if the table shakes, I apologize in advance. Sometimes that happens with the camera rigging. Oh, one more pop. Come on. Go all the way through. Alright, I'm going to run it through one more time just to make sure I've got nice, clean cuts on those. Okay, so now I'm going to carefully separate my layers. Okay, so the middle one actually is a spare. You can use that on another project. Go ahead and remove your frame. Okay, now from here we're not done with the Big Shot. Now we're going to take our Designer Series paper and our frame, the inner frame. Okay, so it's going to go like that on our card. But I'm going to bring in the Country Floral dynamic folder. And you could do this with any of your folders on any of our papers, but I'm just going to go ahead and put these in my folder. Close that up. I'm going to change my setup here. So I open my Big shout out. You can see I've got one of the original bases, so I have my little flip tabs I have to do. So I just put that on, and then I'm going to run those through. I'm going to run them through together. It's not a big deal. That DSP is pretty thin. So I'm just going to run that through. Move this out of our way. Now we're done. Take this out of my folder, and very lightly that's been embossed with our country floral image. Okay, so here are the samples. Let's go ahead and put this one together. So I'm going to start by adding this outer frame to my card. Okay, now if you wanted to leave it white, you certainly could just start mounting right on your white card, but let's do color on color because I really liked the color on color. So I need to add some snail or whatever adhesive you like to use on my frame all the way around, and then when you place this on the front of your card to mask it, you just want to be careful to line up your edges. So I'm going to be very careful, take my time, going to line up my side and my top corner. Start with there and then just let it lay down and press. Now if you do that and you're a little bit off, you can always trim it on your paper trimmer just a little bit. So that's the way to do it if you want to reserve some of your designer series paper. Now I originally cut these, put them on the same color base card for both of these, but that's one way to conserve paper, so I wanted to show you that for this demonstration. So now I just need to put my, isn't that green beautiful? Now I just have to put my designer series paper in. I think I'm going to put that dark piece down in the bottom, so I'm just going to put that inside my frame, direct on the card. Okay, this one's going to go over the top, and it's going to pop up a little bit, so it's not going to worry about any of that showing. It's just going to show all that stitching. So we're just going to go ahead and put some dimensionals on. I don't need it that close. What was I thinking? Move that down, center, there. So I'm just putting them around my frame. Make sure I support the middle. I think that's all of them. Make sure they're all sticky. Yep, they're all sticky. Okay, so now I just have to come back in and position this like a puzzle piece on my card. Good, good. Alright, so now I'm just going to stamp my sentiment. Now this one I'm actually going to stamp with the Petal Pink. Right on my Whisper White. And then I've got my 2-inch circle punch. You could also use our stitched circle dies if you wanted to keep with that stitched theme, but I went with the simple 2-inch circle punch. And then something I do, and I did do it on these two, I just take my die cut, and when it's smooth I just kind of roll it on my stamp pad. You could do it with sponge daubers or sponge the edges as well, but I find I can just roll them like a wheel, and I just get a little coloring around the edge of that punched out shape. So I like that. Then I'm going to add 2 dimensionals to the back and put these right on my card. There we go. So there we go. Nice and simple framing project for that beautiful paper. And these are simple, right? I didn't add any ribbon, I didn't add any extra flowers. I just die cut, embossed, and put it together. So a nice, simple card for you. If you enjoyed today's video, like I always say, hop on over to the blog. Don't miss out on the other projects that I'm sharing over there. Nothing, well, I should say not everything has a video tutorial, but I try to do it twice a week. So you'll find 2 video tutorials over there, which I post here as well, and then you can enjoy the other blog articles I post during the week as well, which have other great crafting tips. So come on over to pumpkinhillstampers.com, subscribe to the blog, get the emails, and when you're in the shopping spirit of our great crafting products, think of me and come on over to the store and buy some products. I'd appreciate the business. All right, everybody, let me know if you enjoyed these, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.